What is happening, people, and welcome to this week's training video, where I do need to apologize for a little bit of radio silence, because either I got a really bad spider bite or a really bad staph infection, but no matter what it was, it laid me up hard for a while. In fact, for like 30-40 hours, I would just have to lay as still as I could, and every time I tried to set up, I'd be like, no, not yet. Not yet, and had to lay right back down. There was just like extreme exhaustion and really bad fevers, and it's like 80 degrees outside, and I'm shivering underneath a blanket with a heater blowing on me, and I have like sweatshirts, a knit cap, and like sweatpants on. It was rough for a little bit, but now I am on antibiotics, and I am feeling better. Still slowly coming out of it, but yeah, so that is where I have been. I'm gonna cover the whole thing in super gross detail later in the video, because it does have continuity with the training, but for right now, I just want to thank you guys for being here with me. Welcome to my office, and let's jump right into talking about the training. So, starting out here, this is actually a feeder workout. As you guys can tell, I'm in my work clothes because the day before I was supposed to lift, but I had a really hard manual labor kind of tree day, and I was not prepared to lift anything heavy. So this was going to be kind of a feeder workout where I'm doing Bulgarian split squats for sets of 8, and that is 205 on my shoulders, and in between I was doing a bunch of dumbbell presses. Now, these are only 60-pound dumbbells, but the reason why it is good for where I'm at right now is because I'm actually able to get my arms away from my body. Typically, at this stage, my arms need to either be tight, super tight to my body, or I need to actually be pressing the dumbbells together. So I'm working on a lot of stabilization in a lot of these workouts, as you're gonna see. Bulgarian split squats, I try to use all of the time. They are the only exercise that really make my butt kind of like crippled sore. And if you guys have any problems with your squat and not really your glutes lighting up, I would highly recommend the Bulgarian split squat. Just teach yourself that. Also, these are called plate halos, or I call them plate halos. And I absolutely love these for obliques. This was a giant set. Okay, here we go. So at the end of the giant set, I wanted to try to do some ring push-ups. I didn't know if I could. And luckily I could, so that means my shoulder is showing great improvement, because I couldn't even do regular push-ups like 2 months ago, like on the ground. So being able to do them on rings and having that stability or instability trying to fight me the whole way was really good. I was going every minute on the minute, getting somewhere between 5 and 8 reps depending on my level of exhaustion, but I was just real careful not to hurt myself. Here is my first time keg clean and pressing in a long time, and the balance is funny as as you can see. So the reason why I'm showing these real fast, the giant set for the day was the keg cleanup press, the weighted grenade pull-up. As you can see, those are 2-inch balls that I'm holding on to for the pull-ups, and then the deadlift. Now, I am not showing my early deadlifts, but people always ask me the question of, do you do the full giant set as you're warming up on your warm-up sets of deadlift or whatever the main mover is for the day? And the answer is absolutely yes. Sometimes for like a weighted pull-up or something like that, I need to do jumps incrementally to get to a weight that I feel comfortable doing for triples or whatever the calls for the day. So that's why I showed you guys here that I am doing the keg cleanup presses and the grenade weighted pull-ups with 135 on the bar, and then 225 on the bar, and then 315, but I didn't really show them because, I mean, it's just extra time that didn't matter. So I jumped in at 405, and that's why you saw there. Here's 500, which actually moves better than the 405. So I was hopeful there, and then I went up to 560 and became unhopeful, as I'll show you. Now, remember, I started the week with a really hard tree day, which had my back super exhausted, that I didn't feel that I was able to really lift heavy. Then I had that feeder workout with my work clothes on, as you guys saw, where I was doing the ring push-ups, and it was mainly just Bulgarian split squats. This is Wednesday, so this is the 3rd day in a row of working out, and I'm doing deadlifts, and that 560 did not move the way that I wanted it to, but I am determined to do better than I did before, so I jumped up to 615. Now, there's a couple reasons why I'm showing you guys this, and I'll explain as we go. 615, I feel my back, not happy, I put it back down, and I am furious. Now, the reason why I am keeping all this in right now is because I'm being serious about this. I am working on my anger. I've had anger issues my entire life since I was a little kid, and I'm working on them hard, because they've screwed up a lot of things in my life and a lot of relationships. And right here, I am furious. And look at my shoulders. I'm deciding what to do because I hate missing lifts. And I'm like, treat it differently. Be better. You can beat this. You don't need to be furious. And then I said no, and I literally just ripped the 2 plates off and was like, I'm at least pulling 585 today. That is the least I'm willing to accept. So literally 90 seconds later, I just walked right back up to the bar. I wanted to make sure that I got it done before the song ended, and I did, and I pulled an ugly 585, which is stupid. You guys should never ever do that. The only reason why I showed all you guys that is because I really want to tell you that I am trying to change some things about myself, and not many things get me more angry than when I miss a lift, just because I get so mad at myself. I know a lot of you can relate, but I'm trying to reframe a lot of that. Anyway, this day was about nothing but working my core and stability, and it's the first time that I was able to do the overhead press with a barbell again, and I didn't know what type of weights, and I didn't want to play that game of like what is good or not while being hurt. So I threw on chains, and I just decided that each chain is 45 pounds, so it adds 90 pounds to the whole bar. But I just figured that I would work through that range of motion as it was trying to draw me out, and I could work more stability than actual strength, and I wouldn't feel too bad about it. And so literally I was just going back and forth between the overhead press with chains and the front squat with chains. Each one I was doing like sets of 8, I think, because neither one was heavy at all. It's just a great tip that I've used like so many times over the years. If you have some sort of tweak in your shoulder, or your knee hurts, or you come back from injury or something like that, and you don't believe that like heavy is going to show up to the party today, is just add some bands or some chains or do something where you lessen the stability of the exercises, and then you feel a lot better about yourself, because even though you're not going heavy, you're still challenging yourself in a different sort of way, and it's only going to help rehab whatever is going on. And then after I did that, I did actually go into a lot of this rehab stuff, so that is why you guys are seeing like the rear delt flies here. I'm trying to stay super, super light and super, super strict on all of this. I'm supporting myself with my head just so that I can't get any cheating in there whatsoever. And then I'm doing these presses. I'm not even sure what they are called. I don't know the name of them. And you can see my right shoulder is tracking completely different to my left. That's the one that is currently in a bad place. But I do these rehab exercises so that in the future I will stop getting so many tweaks and so many like muscle spasmings and causing problems and just issues. So that is why I'm trying to build up some of the other muscles that are a little bit weaker, so the bigger muscles don't need to take over and cause these problems. So theoretically, all this is going to help me in the future not only be a healthier individual, but also stronger in my overhead press and my bench press and everything like that. It's also going to be important with shoulder mobility as I get older. Those presses, if you guys know the name of these, please let me know, because they are extremely, extremely hard. The funny part about doing these rehab exercises, I swore I was keeping like my arms parallel and stuff, but now when you watch them on the video, you realize how bad you suck and you feel bad about yourself. So, anyway, the next day started out with some farmer's walks, just trying to get a little bit of work in. And if you guys look at my shoes, these are actually Barefoot shoes. The company Barefoot Shoes, Chris Duffin's company, actually sent me a pair for 2 pairs for free so that I could try them out, see what I thought. And so I stayed a little bit light on farmers just to check out, because there is no cushioning to these soles at all. It is literally just like you're wearing a slipper with shoestrings with a little bit of protection. It is really like you're wearing barefoot shoes, because the toe box is so big that it really, really is more comfortable. And I like them a lot for outdoor training, because as you guys see in all my indoor training, I always have bare feet. That's just how I prefer. Now, instead of doing rows here, this is my bench day. Instead of doing rows, I thought that I would start out with doing some sandbag loads with something a little bit heavier. So I was using the 309-pound sandbag and just getting 2 loads, because I haven't went that heavy on loading for a little bit of time, at least not with sandbags. So that all went really well, actually better than expected. I felt good about it. And this was the previous week's PR, was 270. So the triple went really smooth here, and then I decided that I'd jump up. I really wanted to hit 300 this day, but I figured a 20-pound jump would probably be smarter than a 30-pound jump, and I'm glad that's what I ended up doing. Can't go wrong with sandbag loads. And I actually did hit my back similar to a row. So here's 290. Current, I guess, current PR, post-injury PR. The double went well. Definitely had to rebrace for the triple. Next to no pain here. I'm still keeping my grip very, very close, but it is slowing down with the stability of my arm, just not wanting to really put power into it. If you guys are not using some sort of loading or some sort of carrying, then you guys are definitely doing yourself a disservice in your training. You should definitely be doing that. Here I'm at Never Sate, and you guys remember from last training video, I am trying to get my shoulder back into a healthy enough pressing position that I can actually do some sort of competition, hopefully this year. I'm really, really excited that that might be a possibility. However, you guys see the types of weights that I'm able to use, and it's not very good right now. But here is 175 pounds, looking pretty strong. But watch my right side here. Everything is just guarded and everything goes that way because of the pain and My left arm's going the way it's supposed to, right arm will not support it, and it literally is just having to take all that on. So I'm still working on it, but it is getting better. Not a lot of pain in that press, which is a positive. Take that, water bottle. These are offset carries, so I don't even know the weight. I know the top kettlebell was 44 pounds. Real fast here. This is the heaviest that I've pressed post problems with the shoulder. So there's 200-pound log press, super ugly, draw me out front, but it is 200 pounds, so that is a movement in the right direction. I was doing these offset carries more as like a waiter's walk slash big core. I don't know the weight of the bottom kettlebell. It was just a big fat one. I know it's over 100 pounds. I believe it's over 100 pounds. I'll be honest with you guys, after the 200, I tried 210, curled it up, and was like, you know what, this is not going the way I want to. So I dropped the weight back to 175 and thought I'd try some Viper presses, just see how it went, and they went relatively well. Better than I expected. I really didn't think that I'd be able to do this. And I ended up trying to go every minute on the minute for, I guess, 5 or 6 minutes, and that was cool. Some went better than others, like this set looks very good. I'm very proud of myself for this set, but there's some coming up that I'm much less proud of. Now, the idea here is that if my shoulder gets strong enough that I can actually not zero a pressing event, then I will 100% sign up for a competition, because I think I can get my carries there, loads there, deadlifts there, any medley stuff I believe I can get. Really it comes down to my shoulder issues, because my left one was the one where I tore my rotator cuff not that long ago, and then got the bone marrow infection, and the recovery just never really went the way it was supposed to go. And then now my right one is the one hurt, so that is why I'm having problems. Here are just some assistance stuff afterwards. Like I mentioned earlier, these are heavier dumbbells. Those are like 80-pound dumbbells, but I have to keep them pressed together because I don't have the stability to move them apart yet. And I was just doing a ton of pull-ups. I think I was doing sets of 10 on the dumbbells and sets of 10 on the pull-ups. Again, just trying to work my upper chest and trying to build a little bit of shelf more so that log will sit on there a little bit better for the leg drive. And yeah, so hopefully if everything goes the way they're supposed to, then this year maybe not, we'll be seeing me do some sort of competition. Now, on to the disgustingness of this whole infection spider bite. I really don't know what it was exactly. So after this training session, right before this log training session at Never Sate, I sat on a bench at Never Sate for probably 20 minutes, just sitting there trying to convince myself to put on my knee sleeves because I was so fatigued. And I mean, I had a hard week, don't get me wrong. Like I worked hard all week long, but I rarely am so tired that I can't kind of find it. I can't like rally, and I couldn't, man. I didn't feel like it was there. I felt like something was actually wrong, like I could be getting sick or something. Anyway, I did that workout with the log presses and all that stuff. And then shortly after this, I found a lump under my skin about the size of a marble. Now I know everyone's like, where's the lump at? Think taintish kind of area, right? So upon inspection, as I'm kind of palpating and trying to figure out what this strange lump, where there's not supposed to be lumps, is, I pop it. And when I do, in no time, a marble-sized thing turned into golf ball, maybe a little bit bigger than a golf ball, and I started feeling not so great. So feverish stuff started happening from there, and I literally just went downhill. And then it turned into literally like that 30-40 hours of me just laying as still as I could, shivering under blankets, and every time I tried to get up, like, I couldn't get up to walk to the refrigerator. Like, I'd walk to the refrigerator and I had to like, man, this is rough. This is not good. And like, just to get like water and things like that. So, I was pretty bad. I got on some antibiotics, and I had the lump has been slowly shrinking. Now it is smaller than a marble, but it is still there, and antibiotics kind of wreck your system a little bit anyway. So I'm just dealing with everything that I can as far as that goes. Not training currently because I don't want to put that stress on my body, because I still have to do all my manual labor and tree stuff and all those responsibilities that just are daily life for me. I still need to do those things, and those do tack my system a lot. So something like a heavy deadlift, I just don't want to kind of plunge myself down in there. So right now I'm just kind of taking it easy. And actually this week I'm going to try to put out another video for you guys that hopefully you will like, and it's going to be a typical day of eating here in spring 2023 and how much has changed just because my stomach is getting so much better. I am still vomiting. I am still having problems every single day. But I just hold on to more food. I feel better. I'm mentally taking care of a lot of things, and that's changing just my physiology. And it's all really great. So I am super pumped. and I'm very, very happy. So I want to share with you guys just basically what my meals are and how I'm getting through all this and how I'm gaining weight back, and just share some positivity on the channel with you guys. So I do thank you guys absolutely for all of you who do watch these videos, because I know those of you who watch these ones, the actual training videos, especially if you're still here with me now, then you actually care. You care about me, you care about my training, and it means so much to me. It's unbelievable to me that's a true thing actually happening. So it really, really does mean more than I think you guys understand. And I really want to make sure that you understand just what that support means to me. So I truly mean thank you. I will hopefully catch up with you guys later in the week with that eating video. That should be fun. Until I do, go out and do something amazing in your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I'll see you then.